As a doctor, one of the most misunderstood phases of HIV infection is the very beginning, the first week. It's quiet, invisible, and often completely symptom-free. But biologically, that first week decides everything, whether the virus stays controllable or spreads fast enough to become lifelong. Today, let's take a clear, science-based look at what really happens inside the body during the first 7 days after HIV enters. And before we start, we're just a few subscribers away from 1,000. If you believe in real medical awareness and truth, please support by subscribing, because your one click helps save lives. Within hours of exposure through sexual contact, shared needles, or contaminated blood, HIV slips past the body's external defenses and enters the bloodstream. HIV isn't random. It's strategic. It seeks out CD4 T-cells, the generals of your immune system. These cells coordinate every attack against infection. On the viral surface are proteins, GP120 and GP41, which behave like high-precision biological keys. They recognize, attach to, and unlock the CD4 cell. Once attached, HIV fuses with the cell and injects its genetic material. Inside the cell, the virus uses reverse transcriptase, an enzyme that converts its RNA into DNA. That viral DNA is then stitched permanently into your own genetic code using another enzyme called integrase. At this moment, HIV becomes part of you. It hides not outside your cells, but inside your DNA, waiting for the perfect moment to start copying itself. Now the virus begins mass production. Each infected CD4 cell becomes a virus factory, producing thousands of new HIV particles every day until the cell collapses and dies. These newborn viruses travel through the lymphatic system, a network of immune highways reaching lymph nodes in the neck, armpits, and groin. The body senses danger, but it doesn't yet know what the invader is. So it triggers a general antiviral response, much like the one used against flu, COVID, or other viruses. During this stage, the viral load, the amount of virus in your blood skyrockets, in some cases, reaching millions of copies per milliliter. And here is the dangerous part. HIV is most contagious when the viral load is highest, which is often before someone even realizes they're infected. The virus spreads quietly before the body even knows there's a fight. By the end of the first week, the immune system identifies the threat. It sends out interferons, chemical distress signals that alert other immune cells to mobilize. The immune system begins attacking infected cells, but HIV has already multiplied. Around this time, some people, not everyone, start noticing symptoms: mild fever, headache, fatigue, sore throat, and swollen lymph nodes. This cluster of symptoms is known as acute retroviral syndrome, ARS. It looks and feels like you caught a cold or flu, so most people ignore it. Inside the body, though, something alarming is happening. CD4 cell counts begin to drop sharply. It's the immune system's first real battle, and HIV wins round 1. This is where testing becomes confusing. Most standard HIV tests detect antibodies, not the virus itself. But in the first week, the body has not produced enough antibodies yet, so a standard test may show a false negative, even if the virus is already multiplying. However, advanced tests exist. HIV RNA PCR test detects the virus's genetic material, can identify infection as early as 10 days after exposure. This period, when HIV is in the body but not yet detectable on common tests, is called the window period. If someone believes they've had a high-risk exposure, they should request an RNA test, not just an antibody test. Even without symptoms, HIV is launching a silent takeover. It targets the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, home to almost 70% of all immune cells. Here, the virus destroys massive numbers of CD4 cells, sometimes up to 60% in just the first week. This early destruction is why HIV becomes chronic so fast. Before the immune system even understands the threat, its strongest defense system in the gut has already been dismantled. From this point forward, without treatment, HIV becomes a lifelong infection. But, and this is crucial, with early detection and antiretroviral therapy, the virus can be stopped before permanent damage occurs. The first week of HIV infection is almost always invisible. But biologically, it is the most decisive moment, the moment HIV gains control of the immune system. If you think you may have been exposed, don't wait for symptoms. Talk to a doctor. Ask specifically about an early RNA test. Early diagnosis is not fear. It is empowerment, protection, and prevention. And if content like this helps you understand your body better, then please subscribe. We're just a few subscribers away from 1,000. If this video helped you understand something new, please support this mission by subscribing. Let's spread truth, not fear, and awareness that saves lives.